Hi everybody, it's Dimitri. So today I want to come and talk to you all a little about me personally, um, and also a subject that is becoming very popular, that's amazing, and that I highly suggest. Veganism, right? Not specifically veganism, just plant-based, okay? Because veganism is to another extent, and that I do agree with, and that I do participate in. But what I'm coming here to talk about is a plant-based diet, okay? So why do I suggest a plant based diet? First of all, why do I do it for myself, and also how it can benefit you, and also what is a plant based diet, right? So first of all, what is a plant based diet? Well, a plant based diet is a diet that is firmly based off of roots, seeds, nuts, trees, um, yes, bark. You can eat bark, literally. Um, fruits, any type of vegetable, grains, dried fruits are amazing. We also have beans, and there's multitudes of beans. There's multitudes of like all of those things, and it's amazing. When you go into like the world of plant based, there's so many incredible things that there is that you would never expect. It's such an incredible like transformation within its own self, within its own circle of of the the nutrition of the meals that you can make. And um so when you're eating plant-based, you're not consuming any type of animal products. So this includes usually honey. I don't eat honey anymore. Um but no meat, no dairy, no cheese, no eggs. You know, veganism though, it goes to a further extent about helping the climate. Okay, it's not only about the plant based. It's also about not wearing leather. It's also about, eating using renewable resources. Okay, using non toxic resources, using non toxic products. Um, and that goes into plant based as well. Like I don't use anything but shea nuts. I only use shea nuts for my face and shea nuts for my entire being. I also use jojoba oil, but for my skin and my face, I use the shea butter, which is shea nuts made into like a moisturizer. And it's just pure raw shea butter. And then I have the shea body wash, which it does have like plantain ash. It has some other like whole food ingredients, but the main ingredient in it is shea, and it's been incredible because I struggled when I was younger with acne. But that didn't only tie into just making changes within my diet and my usage of products. It's also about the emotional and the mental and the spiritual state you're in that this all ties into. You know, pimples and acne can be looked at as outbursts or your projections onto the world, depending on where they're at. Because then it connects with certain parts of the body, which connects with certain parts of the chakras, and which can help you. Like I remember right here, when I was younger, I had a fat cystic acne right there in the middle. That was my third eye because I was not being clear about my thoughts, being clear with my intuition, not guiding myself like I should be. But anyways, so why do I suggest a plant-based diet? Well, let me first start off with vitamins and minerals and nutrients. You can get every single vitamin and nutrient that you need from any plant. From any plant. You get your protein from any greens, any beans. Any beans, any greens. Excuse me, I got you can get you can get your vitamin C, you can get your vitamin D, get your vitamin A, but get your vitamin K. Get all of them from all types of fruits. When you're eating a carnivorous diet or a omnivore, you are consuming an animal who already has enveloped those nutrients. But it is not. It's an array of nutrients, but it is not quality. It's not a quality amount. So when I was going through this, I was thinking, when I was a omnivorous person, um, and it's not only about not eating animals, it's also about breaking addiction. It's about healing your body. Okay? So I had been really big when I was younger. I was like large. I was a chubby kid. Alright, I had extra weight. Not only from, addiction, not only from problems with my emotional mental state, but from my eating as well, which all trickled down into eating, right? But um I was ready to transcend my body once I got into middle school. And so I dedicated myself to gluten free because I started getting stomach issues. I started getting rectal and caloric issues. So, like colon cancer, things of that nature. I didn't have colon cancer, but I had, they thought I had celiac disease. They thought just a bunch of issues. And so, with my stomach, and this related to my self empowerment, how I was taking care of myself. I was losing the weight, but I wasn't, actually putting in the nutrients and minerals that I should have. And this is all about the plant based because you can eat plenty to get all the nutrients you want because you're going to want to eat plenty. But I was having those issues. I was struggling with, my skin. Had some other things going on. And so I was looking to change myself. I was looking to transcend my body. And so I started cutting out fast food. I didn't just go straight into veganism. I didn't go, none of that. I started cutting out fast food first. And then I started cutting out, dairy. Because I would drink glasses like this of milk. Dairy milk. Like, lots of it. Chocolate milk. I would eat with some cheeses, some Doritos, some toast with some good shit on it. Oh, I'll tear it up. But, I wasn't realizing that milk has a lot of inflammatory properties to it. And so when we're taking in the milk, we're inflaming our system. We're making it so it like quenches up. It's making it so it has to process harder because our body, over the years, yes, our genetics may have changed for it to, do that, but we're still who we are. And our milk comes from our mother. That's the milk that really we could be drinking. But obviously after a certain point, there's no need for it. You can get it from other sorts of foods. But, what I discovered was that once I started eating this healthier diet, and I started working out and stuff too, and once I started getting into this diet, I realized, chicken and stuff, honestly, it started to be like rubber tasting. Chicken and stuff, it started tasting like weird to me. Once I started eating healthier and expanding my mind, I started like thinking like, this feels weird. Like, it just doesn't taste right anymore. And it felt like it was processed. And so I started, I was doing research and stuff on process things, and a lot of things are processed. A lot of, animals are fed hormones, are fed chemically grown foods, and are not healthy. Even the animals that you're consuming aren't healthy, and so they're being damaged, they're being abused, and that's going inside of you. That's not healthy. And so I wanted to make a change. And so I started eating vegan diets, vegetarian, I would still eat cheese and stuff, but I wasn't as big on everything. I would go back and forth. I would shift between, omnivorous and the vegetarian and vegan. And that was just my playtime. That was like seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like and stuff. And I found a lot of great meals. Not really online because, when you're online, they have these, sometimes it's not for you. You only know what you like because you've had that. So I didn't do the meat replacements. I'm not big on the meat replacements. But I did eat, like, when I went to the zoo one time, I did eat some tofu and it wasn't amazing. But, that was how they cooked it. But, I was eating, whole foods. And this was elevating myself. This was making me feel better about myself. I wouldn't, I still was cutting out the gluten. I would, if if I ate chicken tortilla, I would use spinach instead, or like some sort of, wrap that was like green. I'd add my vegetables, I add my fruits, smoothies maybe. Um and slowly and progressively I started seeing how better I felt. Now I do remember vaguely that I did go on like a pizza binge before, and that's normal because you're getting rid of these addictions. The food is addictive when you use it to cover up emotional pain. So I had to disconnect the neural system with the food. Disconnect the pattern. You know, and so I started feeling it. I started researching. I started realizing that our body produces its own vitamins when you aren't getting enough nutrients as well. And this tells me that, when we're eating something that's too fulfilling, or that's too dense, our body has to use energy for that. And so when you're not getting enough energy, you're still gonna be tired. And so why not eat a plant-based diet where it's coming straight from the sun? It's a pure version of light activation, and it's coming into your body, and it's transforming. It's transforming your DNA. We're elevating, because you're becoming more oneness with the earth and with the sun and with the whole system. And you get more energy. And even, I don't care to bring up science, but even in science class, she was a meat eater. Most of the class was whatever. But in biology, we were taught that, you know, plants have the most energy. That they are, even a plant is secondary energy. Because the sun is our first energy. If we learned how to fully cultivate our energy, we wouldn't need food at all. But we are such a supreme being. We are such a magnificent just orientation of source that we don't need anything. We are divine beings and we do not need food. But we can get to that level once we learn how to cultivate our energy and sustain it correctly. But what I was starting to push into was the vegan diet. I didn't really do vegetarian because it was like I wanted to push into vegan. And so once I did that, I started learning how to cook. I started learning. I've always cooked. I've always loved and enjoyed cooking. But I started realizing hey, I can find meals that I enjoy and that taste amazing for me. Everybody said it's expensive, it's this and that, and it's like, work with the essentials, work with what you have. But also something that I want to talk on, not to, jump subjects, but the rumor that you have to have B12 pills, that you need meat for B12. This is total bullshit. Okay? It's bullshit. I have not taken a B12 pill for months. I do incorporate nutritional yeast into my mac and cheese sauce or my cheese sauce that I make with cashews. Yes. But I do not take a B12 pill. I do not take any type of nutrients for B12. I don't take any vitamins. It's not because I get it all from my food. It's because I am able to cultivate my energy. And this is what my whole channel is about. It's about learning to elevate your spiritual body. When your energy is in alignment, everything is energy. B12 is energy. Vitamin D is energy. Vitamin K is just energy. It's all just energy. It's all higher forms of energy. It's nothing special. This is all just energy. Okay? I could fan this and get some B12 from it, alright? No, but really breathing. Your breath is all you need. You just need the proper amount of energy. You need the proper amount of relaxation. You need the proper amount of cultivation of your being. And you can sustain a level of B12 to let your body run magnificently. It does not need B12. We do not need all these vitamins, but we use, not we, because I choose to sustain a different life. But there are people, and this is a cycle I'm still breaking, okay? Um, there are people who choose to give away so much energy and to just downpour it and don't take care of themselves that they their bodies can't keep up with them. Their body is aging. All right, we're immortal beings. We're we're literally immortal. We're such divine presence. We can elevate to such a high level. It's incredible. And so what I'm here to tell you is that we do not need B12. We don't need any of this. We need to breathe. We need to pull in the real energy. Because like I said, the sun is the real source. But even the sun, what is the sun made out of? Energy. You see how it all aligns? And so, back to eating fruits and vegetables. Get what you can. Get what you can. But not only include it as a food, but include it as a mental state. Learn about your energy systems. Learn each of the organs. Learn what vitamins and nutrients vitalize your organs. Learn what energy vitalizes those organs. Food for thought and knowledge, not just for taste. Eat a green apple because it's going to delish your heart, make your heart feel good and connect you to your mind. Connect your heart to your mind. Okay? It's got that crunch. You know, it's delicious. Nuts, they're amazing for your whole reproductive system. They're amazing for your muscles. They allow you to access into your most beneficial states of like movement, right? It's allowing our muscles to grow, to expand, to heal. But also what's important is that you understand portion control. Because even when I got into veganism, I still was struggling and working on breaking the cycles of food addiction. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean that you're healthy. Point blank, period. You can be totally, murderous and be vegan. Not saying murderers aren't, good people or bad people, but there's something unhealthy about it. There's something unhealthy intentions with it. So our unhealthy with intentions with food is needing to be replaced with medicine. Our food is how we nutrify our body and reincorporate divine energy, revitalize it. And this is important. And it's beautiful. Because all it takes is some breathing. Even yoga. Yoga is incredible. I was waking up in the mornings, not for school, but for another reason, early as hell. And I didn't want to get up, but I forced myself to. For a special reason. And every morning, I started doing yoga. And let me tell you what. Right when I do my yoga, right when I was finished, I felt so energized. I was ready to take on everything. I was ready. And that's how I knew. That was my discovery. That boom. Yoga isn't exercise. Yoga is revitalization. Just as, exercises, it's all in one. But my personal experience with veganism has been incredible. I'm almost 3 years in. About to be 3 years in. And I'm proud of myself and I'm grateful. And I highly suggest it because, one, no, I'm still detoxifying my body, okay? No, veganism, it can give you some perfect ass skin, okay? And it will. But your body's also detoxifying from many layers of existence. So don't expect it to be like boom. It is going to be like boom. But in its own fashion. In its own intention. It's going to be like boom. And you're going to be like boom. And so Just connect with yourself and know what you want. Okay, this is not for everybody. It can be for everybody, and it's amazing for everybody, but not everybody's willing to do this change. Okay, everybody says, I'm not willing to give up meat. I'm not willing to do this. Well, then your will isn't strong enough. You understand that your will just is not in the placement that it should be. If you can't give up something because of addiction, because of a sensory thing, then there's something going on under the layers. Okay? And we gotta look at that from a higher interdimensional reality. That's looking at it from a higher perspective and seeing, what's going on with me, what's going on with this energy. Why can't I give this up? Why am I not losing this weight? And I'll be the first one to say, I am working on my exercise. I was in the gym for a while when I was first starting my health journey, losing all that weight. Oh, I was fucking it up in the gym, fucking it up in my room, getting my shit done. But when I started getting deeper, when I started going into my interdimensional self inside, I would literally sit all day in a corner, make jewelry, meditate, and I was just becoming oneness with my inner being. And so I didn't focus on, working out at all. It wasn't at all, yeah. And then I started doing yoga, and then I started slowly incorporating workout back. Dancing. I love to dance. I love to move. I've always done that. I've always done that. Even without the exercise and stuff, I've always done that. And I love to do that because it's like, just tunes your body, allow your body to receive the energy. But truthfully, what I'm here to tell you is that my experience, let it give you an understanding. Okay, go with your own salt. Sprinkle with a little salt. Don't use the whole can. Alright? Don't fully go by my word. What I'm telling you is, this is my experience, this is my perspective, and this is how I understand it. This is what I have experienced. I'm 3 years in, and I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I'm the most just decadent in myself that I've ever been in my life. And I'm so thankful. And so what I want to tell y'all is I want y'all to be blessed on your journey. Even if you're a meat eater, bless you, alright? Do your thing. Keep doing what you're doing. But there comes a time when it's time to expand. It's time to elevate our consciousness. Your time will come when you're ready. But I'm thankful you came to watch this video. Like, subscribe, let me know how you thought about it. And much love to everybody. Give me some feedback. And I'm grateful I could be giving you some experience, knowledge. I'm happy and grateful I can share this a lot. And y'all have a beautiful day. And I'll see y'all again.